Christmas used to smell like cinnamon and pine needles. That night, it smelled like silence. I remember the exact moment everything shifted, because it didn't happen loudly. No shouting, no dramatic build-up, just a sentence. We were sitting around the dining table, the same table my parents had used for decades. The same one where birthdays were celebrated, where laughter used to spill over plates, where I once believed family meant safety. The turkey was barely touched. My 8-year-old sat beside me, legs swinging nervously under the chair, humming softly to themselves, unaware that their entire world was about to tilt. My mother cleared her throat. My father didn't look at me when he spoke. "After dinner," he said calmly, "you should pack your things." I laughed at first, not because it was funny, but because it didn't make sense. "What?" I asked. He finally looked up, cold, decided. "Final. You're not welcome here anymore," he said, "and neither is your child." The room went quiet. I felt my chest tighten, like the air had suddenly been pulled out of the room. My mother nodded, folding her napkin with careful precision, as if this had been rehearsed. "You've caused enough embarrassment," she added. "It's time you left, and don't come back." I remember staring at them, waiting for someone to laugh, to say it was a joke, to take it back. No one did. Around the table, relatives avoided my eyes. Someone sipped their drink too loudly. A cousin stared at their phone like it suddenly became the most important thing in the world. My child tugged gently at my sleeve. "Are we in trouble?" they whispered. That question broke something inside me. I stood up slowly, my legs shaking, my heart pounding so hard I could hear it in my ears. I didn't yell, I didn't cry, I just nodded. "Okay," I said quietly. I helped my child into their coat, picked up our bag, walked toward the door, while Christmas lights blinked mockingly around the room. No one stopped us. The cold air outside hit my face like a slap. I sat in the car, hands frozen on the steering wheel, staring at the house I grew up in, and that's when I thought, this is it. This is how families end. I had no idea that inside that house, 5 minutes later, everything was about to fall apart. The car engine was still off. I couldn't bring myself to turn the key. My child was quiet in the back seat, hugging their knees, eyes wide and confused. "Are Grandma and Grandpa mad forever?" they asked. I swallowed hard. "I don't know," I said, "but we're going to be okay." I didn't believe it yet, but I needed them to. I stared at the front door of the house. That's when I heard shouting. At first it was muffled, just raised voices, panic creeping into tones that had been so confident moments earlier. Then the door flew open. My mother rushed outside, phone pressed to her ear, her face pale. My father followed, yelling my name. "Wait! Come back!" I opened the car door slowly. "What is it?" I asked. My father looked. Scared. Not controlling. Scared. "Where did you put the envelope?" he asked, breathless. "What envelope?" I replied. The shouting inside intensified. Someone else screamed. My mother's hands were shaking now. "The documents," she said. "The ones from the lawyer." That's when it clicked. Weeks earlier, I'd received a call from my grandfather's attorney. A man I hadn't spoken to in years, but who had always quietly watched, always quietly cared. He had left something behind, something substantial, something my parents never told me about. I looked at them both. "You mean the inheritance?" I asked calmly. Their faces said everything. The house erupted into chaos, relatives arguing, panic spreading. They hadn't expected me to know. They hadn't expected me to leave before they could finish what they started. My father stepped closer, lowering his voice. "Let's talk," he said. "We didn't mean it like that." I smiled for the first time that night. "You told me to leave," I said, "so I did." The power had shifted, and they felt it. The truth came out that night. The inheritance was real. It was mine, and they had hidden it, planning to manage it themselves. They thought control would keep me dependent, silent, small. Instead, their cruelty exposed everything. Lawyers got involved. Documents surfaced. Promises shattered. But here's the part people expect to be dramatic. There was no screaming match. No revenge speech. No triumphant walk back into the house. I didn't need it. I buckled my child into their seat, closed the car door, and drove away. Not because I lost, but because I finally won. Weeks later, the inheritance helped me start over. A safe home, stability, peace. My parents called, apologized, explained. I listened. Then I chose distance. Because some doors, once closed, are meant to stay that way. Tonight, Christmas smells different. It smells like freedom. And when my child laughs now, I know. Being told to leave wasn't rejection. It was the moment my real life began.